Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Health and Wellness. The number of empty beds at Oceanview Continuing Care Centre long-term care facility in Eastern Passage continue to climb since their admissions were halted when the only two physicians there resigned. I was advised a couple of days ago that Dr. Jenkins has retired or is shortly retiring from the Riverview Enhanced Living Facility, which looks after vulnerable adults with intellectual disabilities. Can the Minister of Health confirm if that report is correct, and if the Department of Health and Wellness has found a replacement for him and for the Oceanview Continuing Care Centre in Eastern Passage?
The Honourable Minister of Health and Wellness.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg the member's indulgence to respond to a question from late last week. I'd just like to table these org charts, Mr. Speaker, for the Nova Scotia Health Authority and Department of Health and Wellness that were requested last week. To the specific question, Mr. Speaker, I'll remind the member that the Nova Scotia Health Authority is responsible for the recruitment of healthcare providers and the delivery of healthcare services within the province. It's not the Department of Health and Wellness that performs those recruitment responsibilities. So I don't have that information on hand as she's requested.
The Honourable Member for Cole Harbour Eastern Passage.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My mistake. I assumed the Minister of Health might know what was going on in that area. Mr. Speaker, this week, with written consent that I will table, I was called by the mother of a young woman who took sick 16 months ago. Her ongoing severe pain, bleeding, and 40-pound weight loss were not investigated despite repeated pleas from her family, who were her decision makers. She continued to get worse. It was only through a routine provincial stool test that turned up positive did this young woman learn that she had cancer. Despite urgently scheduled surgery for an ileostomy 6 months ago and a pending abdominal amnioperitoneal next week, she was advised that she is terminally ill, and now she has no doctor because the doctor at Riverview Enhanced Living Facility has resigned. My question to the minister is, will he provide the family with free of charge copies of their daughter's medical records and residential records, and meet with me and myself with the family to help them find post-operative and ongoing medical care for their daughter?
The Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and certainly any time a Nova Scotian is touched by cancer or other terminal conditions, it's a situation that touches many of us and is tragic. Mr. Speaker, we certainly expect and have many great healthcare providers on the front lines to diagnose and provide treatment and care. Certainly, as the member has referenced, some specific inquiries, will certainly connect with her with the appropriate team within the Health Authority to help navigate and ensure that the individual in question receives the care and support that they require.
The Honourable House Leader.